Well, this is awkward. But at least if I could, I actually wish I could just like take an extra picture for like the thumbnail. I could just be with my bro like this. Like, there's actually nothing on here. Plus, I already have dinner at dinner. So yeah, I'm reacting a little earlier than I anticipated, but I am just too damn interested in what the hell's gonna happen now. A new Nostalgia Critic video. This time, Doug is reviewing another Scooby-Doo movie, which I think is the fourth one, but it says, is it the last? I'm not so sure about that, Doug, because if there's just one. Oh, hold on. Live action. Live action Scooby Doo movies. Alright, let me see which ones they have. Scooby Doo in film. Anything, live action, TV, spin off, anything. Alright, nope. Turns out there's not just the. Turns out Curse of the Lake Monster was not the last one. There just so happens to be a spin off movie called Daphne and Velma. I remember this. I remember they released it on Blu ray. Daphne and Velma. They actually have a spin off movie on just Daphne and Velma. Not R rated, so yeah. It is the sixth in spin off Scooby Doo live action film series. Wait, what? Alright, live action theatrical films. Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo 2. Yeah. Maybe it's the fifth one. Yeah, Daphne and Velma was the fifth one. But yeah, I'm sorry, Doug. There's another one, and it's on Daphne and Velma. It still counts. They never leave Scooby Doo alone. And trust me, I love Scooby Doo. I loved Scooby Doo growing up. I was a huge fan. And when I was a kid, I enjoyed the first two live action films. But as I got older, I saw the problems in them. You know, okay, the first Scooby Doo movie that came out is okay. It could have been better though. It felt like, from what I know, they were originally trying to make it for older audiences, but they wanted it to be more accessible to kids. They wanted it to be more family friendly. So they actually removed a lot of the adult jokes, from what I know. In fact, James Gunn, who was surprisingly enough the writer on both films, has said that for the first movie, there was actually a full alternate cut that originally received an R rating, and they had to do a lot. I mean, the first movie has its moments, so I'll watch it if I'm bored. Monsters Unleashed was completely unwatchable. I think I might have seen. I remember these two Cartoon Network movies, The Mystery Begins and Curse of the Lake Monster. But yeah. Also, Fred isn't blonde. Why? I don't know for sure. But I remember trying to watch this when it was originally premiering on Cartoon Network, and I think I had other things to do. Thank God I never finished it. It's probably horrible because it comes from the. In fact, let me look up the director of this. I'm gonna do this holding my bread. Mushy. Okay. 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So yeah. Um, Brown event. Oh my god. Okay, just to give you heads up, Problem Child 2, which was okay, actually pretty good. I actually like Problem Child 2. It's better than the first one. I would say, um, you know, yeah, Problem Child 2, which is not masterpiece, not really high quality cinema, but Yeah. Beethoven, both live action Flintstones, Snow Dogs, Are We There Yet? The Spy Next Door, A Christmas Story 2, Max 2, Police White House. Wait, what? Police Academy. And Nathan's. Oh no, they're doing another Police Academy. Why? Why do they have to ruin it? The first Police Academy was the only good one. 2 and 3 were very okay, and then ever since 4, that franchise has just been running down the hill. So no, I do not want to see a Police Academy 4 or 8. Wait, how many Police Academy movies were there? All right, I'm looking at it. All right, Police Academy, the original 1984 film, Police Academy 2, and then Police Academy 3 Back in Training. The first one is the only good one. The only one that's really good. 2 and 3 were like mediocre, but I think that's because like they lowered it from R, then PG-13, then PG respectively. And then ever since Citizens on Patrol, it's been much worse. Got Citizens on Patrol, Assignment in Miami Beach, City Under Siege, Mission to Moscow, which officially killed the series. That even the people who loved 4, 5, and 6, hated Mission to Moscow. Shows you how bad that was. That was the one. But yeah, honestly, and apparently they're making an 8th film. For the love of God, no. After seeing 4, 5, 6, and 7, no way. Stay away. Just Police Academy should have just ended with one movie. Look at this. Brian Levant, Prom Child 2, and Jingle All the Way. All right, Jingle All the Way. I would say I like it. I admit it. I like it. It's not perfect. It's a guilty pleasure movie. Plus, I feel like if Jingle All the Way, if it were made today, it would probably be more as a Black Friday film. It's a Black Friday movie disguised as a Christmas movie, but it's also based on a true story. It actually predicted uh, Jingle All the Way, but instead of looking for Turbo Mans, you're trying to look for PlayStation 5s. Chris Stuckman, I think, did that joke. Then there's Problem Child 2, which I think is at least better than the first movie. Plot wise and story wise, it's better than the first movie. I've seen it more times. The first movie I did not like. Oh man, now I gotta type it up. Brian Levant. Yeah, I'm still eating this. And wow, 7 minutes. Shows you how much I need to stop talking too much. This series started off as a writer for Happy Days and the Jeffersons and Mork and Mindy. I'm looking at it here. Yeah, Happy Days as a supervising producer. Throughout the whole show, I think. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah, I remember there was a Problem Child 3. I never saw it, though, and thank God I never did, because, like, they barely had any of the main cast members return. Alright, let's just start this. This is Nostalgia Critic, Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the Lake. Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster. God have mercy on my soul. God have mercy on yours too, Doug, although Doug is agnostic, so yeah.
This episode brought to you by Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, the PlayStation 5 experience you've been waiting for.
I always keep saying whenever I see like a new one, like the intro, Doug has really upped his game with these new intros. The intro from last year I didn't like so much. Maybe that was just me. I feel like this intro is just so much better than the one from last year because the one from last year was kind of like a bit of a step back from the one prior. but this one is like, yeah, now it's better. I don't know. It's the first time that's happened though, but yeah, these intros just keep getting better. Now it's back to being better. Anyway, let's prepare for the shitstorm that's about to be brought onto my eyes.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy.
You remember it, so you don't have to let me suffer through it. I know I remember to you to have to. You remember it so I don't have to, Doug. I know, but ultimately, you remember it so you don't have to see it.
Remember it so you don't have to. Do you even need an intro? It's just another Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah. Never finished this.
As I've mentioned several times now, it's damn impressive just how long this series has been going in one form or another. Whether it be animation, live action, film, TV, comics, games, this franchise will never die. So much so, I have to make it clear what incarnation I'm reviewing, as it's kinda like saying you're talking about Batman. There's kind of a variety to choose from.
Yeah, true.
This is the 2010 sequel to the live-action prequel to the motion picture series sent straight to television on Cartoon Network. All cleared up? The film was directed by Brian Levant. Well, top of my head, I don't recognize that name, so it can't be that bad. Wow, this guy's like a bad movie ninja. He strikes without you even knowing. Well, maybe
Jingle All the Way is still decent.
this will be okay. He did direct one decent dog movie.
Oh, I remember now. Oh my god. Oh man, I remember Beethoven. That shot was pretty scary. There's a lot of kids movies. There's a lot of movies that were aimed at kids that this is like scary shit. If you talk to anyone who ever saw Beethoven, this is the one thing they say. Also, yeah, Beethoven was also written by John Hughes, but he used a pseudonym because he disowned the movie.
Which I'm realizing I haven't seen in decades. Alright, let's try to be fair with Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the Lake Monster.
With the name of this movie, there's no way you can be fair. No.
Even though I didn't get into the last one, it is kind of cool that the entire cast did return to reprise the same roles. That might wear off a bit though, as when they're trying to hunt down their latest disguised villain, we get one of the signatures of bad movies. Not saying as you know, though that's a very good guess. It's cutting to 1 week earlier.
It's you?
Like it can't be!
I guess you can cut this film a little slack, as not only was it meant for kids, but it was released over 10 years ago. When this cliche was just bad. Falling somewhere in between saying he's right behind me, isn't he, and someone typing without ever using a spacebar. Oh, and by the way, Velma's mysteriously absent from the lineup. I wonder who the cloaked person's gonna be. Well, I have to wait an hour and a half before that mystery's solved, as we do cut to 1 week earlier, with Shaggy waiting for summer break to start and actually getting a few decent jokes. From having the clock go backwards to the sign letters.
Yeah, High School Musical 2 called It Wants Its Clock Joke Back. That's right, I remember that joke. I remember that, I don't know if that's what happened in High School Musical 2. Damn, I don't know. I only ever saw clips of it. The only one I ever really did see was the third one, because that was the only one that was released in theaters. God, my head.
Dropping at once to everyone having confetti ready to throw as soon as the bell rings. As the credits roll, it's not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. How dare Scooby's ass make me question things?
Guys.
It looks like this is all a fantasy in Shaggy's head. So why did he imagine a tight shot on Scooby's butt cheeks? As Velma makes it clear, they have to start their summer employment. Who says people don't write good exposition anymore?
It sure is lucky that Daphne's uncle is opening his new country club this summer.
Without these summer jobs, we'd never be able to pay back old man Fricker for the damage we did to his barn.
Okay, maybe as you know isn't that bad a cliche. But we're giving us a...
That's strange, because even sometimes, I don't know, I think the only time I ever saw a good movie where they said, as you know, or a variation of it, was in Gone Girl, and it was in the one scene where Ben Affleck... Oh no, what have I done? I took the name of a good movie in vain by watching this video at the same time. God forgive me. But yeah, and Ben Affleck's character says, as you all know, as you know, it really depends. But ever since Doug made me aware of that line, I've kind of questioned reality. That was probably my least. Like, there's a character in Godzilla King of the Monsters who literally said, as you know, and I was like, well, there it is. That's the one scene that'll kill the movie. The laziest exposition dump, but yeah. As you know, as you know, as you know, as you know.
Surprise that surprises no one.
There's always been an undeniable.
Daphne and Fred boning each other. That's not a surprise. It's like cliched at this point, and plus, I will say, to act
But we're given a surprise.
isn't really surprising. It's funny though. I don't know what's worse because the funny thing about the earlier live action iterations were that the funny thing is, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar were actually dating during the making of the movie. Yeah, they had actually started dating, and it's weird. Now they're married. Time moves on fast, yeah.
Surprise that surprises no one.
There's always been an undeniable chemistry between you two, but when did the transformative reaction finally occur?
Daphne, we have a show coming up and we need to present possibilities.
Oh. Yeah, there's one more movie you gotta see.
Possibilities!
They explained that this all started when they were at Old Man Fricker's house and Fred saved Daphne from those dangerous wires that were lowering her down.
Are you okay?
I am now.
I never noticed when you're not wearing your I just killed a Boy Scout ascot, you're kinda cute.
Whenever there's a shift in a relationship between two individuals within a group, it inevitably has repercussions on the group as a whole.
Okay, Velma, I'll stop doing my You Love Daphne jokes as soon as you stop playing verbal plinko for them.
Try something to sweetie.
They come
Yeah,
across an old,
the
dark
good old-
general store because what in Scooby-Doo isn't old and dark. And I'll admit, I chuckled at this character's introduction. What are you mid-20s teenagers doing here?
You're going to the country club?
She warns them about the lake monster nearby, but that doesn't stop them from going to Daphne's uncle, who owns a nearby country club.
I don't remember. Is he the bad guy? I never finished this movie. This was probably the only Scooby-Doo movie I never finished. Damn, I have a feeling Ted McGinley's the bad guy. Also, what was his character in Revenge of the Nerds? Let's see, Ted McGinley. Yeah. Yeah, Stan in Revenge of the Nerds. 'Cause why the hell not? Nerds Troop Beverly Hills. Yeah, forget it. I'm going back to the video.
Club where they plan to work.
Uncle Thorny, this is the gang. Uncle Thorny, this is the gang.
You heard it too.
What? Hold on.
Where they plan to work.
Uncle Thorny, this is the gang. Uncle Thorny, this is the gang.
You heard it too.
Daphne's got some splaining to do.
Did someone say spontaneous green screen and spontaneous romance?
Shaggy, are you alright?
Like I am now.
Also, spontaneous bad CG heart effects.
Oh.
Dude, you'd have to be high to think she's into you. Oh. Even Scooby's not falling for that. Look at this reaction he gives when Shaggy says he and Velma might be an item.
I think I might have just had a Hayloft moment with Velma.
That look says it all. He's like, bitch, she's as straight as a silly straw. You'd have a better chance with Fred.
You and Daphne, is that something you recommend?
This is gonna end with an orgy. The mystery of that machine is how many people can bang in it. This is another cute bit, as Fred and Daphne have different ideas of what they're... How many people can bang in it?
That's better mystery than this piece of
This
shit.
is another cute bit, as Fred and Daphne have different ideas of what their relationship is, as Velma thinks Fred is the football player type who'd want to play the field.
I never thought Fred would be the relationship type, but He totally is.
Just not the relationship type. I'm a football player. We like to, play the field.
I think this franchise has come to grips with there will never be a likable version of Fred.
Yeah.
Can't tell if this is clever joke or not.
Hey, Scoob. How was the first dog day of summer?
Hold on a second. Let me just pause the live recording. I'm back in the New York groove, everybody.
It's on par with a joke a Pixar writer came up with crumpled.
Dog day of summer.
Dog day of summer.
It's on par with a joke a Pixar writer came up with crumpled up and threw out, but he still came up with it. Shaggy joins Velma on the beach where she comes across a moonstone.
You know, the Native Americans believe they held this mystical connection with the moon, thereby the name.
Others would say it's a ring pop, probably because it's a ring pop. Shaggy starts confessing his love to her, but she suddenly...
I bet the prop team was like trying to... They just said, man, this is such a piece of shit. What are we gonna do? We have to deliver this in a week. Do you think we can crush a bunch of ring pops and turn them into a giant ring pop? It's never been done before. That looks exactly like a ring pop.
Connection with...
It looked a lot like a ring pop. I'm pretty sure after they recorded this, it's like, oh, ring pop. Blueberry flavored.
the moon.
It's a ring pop. Shaggy starts confessing his love to her, but she suddenly feels deathly ill. I think Shaggy hitting on anyone spawns that reaction. How do you think Vincent Price really died?
Like, you better sit down.
He's gonna go back to the room and lie down for a little while.
Isn't my wig? Is it two-channel awesome? Later that night, a party is thrown, and today Scooby-Doo meets Nichelle Nichols.
Poor Nichelle Nichols. Also, I'm just remembering, she was also in Snow Dogs and Are We There Yet?
Oh, how could I ever say no to my biggest contributor?
Any day I'm not next to Shatner is a win for me. But the party is crashed by the lake monster, and I actually like the design of this thing. It's a simple idea, just a half-man, half-toad with sharp teeth, but that's weirdly enough. It's like Lon Chaney Jr. bitten by Michigan J. Frog. It kind of works.
You guys thinking what I'm thinking? No! Come on.
Everybody escapes, and our team naturally takes it upon themselves to solve this mystery. They go first to the only person to take a picture of the creature, who of course lives in a spooky lighthouse.
Just once, I wish we found a mystery that started in a cherry futon showroom. Futons offer far more support than traditional mattresses.
Today, Scooby-Doo meets Ikea. Speaking of mysteries, you notice someone strangely absent from a lot of these scenes? Maybe
Scooby.
the title character?
Hey,
Yeah, that's proof that your movie is... Oh man, it's like... Could they not have delivered those effects in time? Even those other two live-action Scooby-Doo movies had better effects.
wait up! So,
What the
there's
fuck?
both flora and fauna out there, huh?
Yeah, I know he's probably an expensive effect, but he feels shoehorned in most of the time. In fact, the chemistry between him and Shaggy seems replaced with the chemistry
Also, look, this is what I was talking about.
shoehorned in most of the time. In fact,
That looks like not even finished. Like 49% finished. Not even 50, 49.
the chemistry between him and Shaggy seems
It's so plastic. You can even see some of the edges, I think. Oh my god.
replaced with the chemistry between Velma and Shaggy. A more appropriate title would be Raging Summer Hormones That Need to Pork in the Lake Monster, who may get porked.
Oh, Velma. What is that sweet fragrance you're wearing?
It's called Eau de Notaro, and it's clearly not working.
Oh, come on. Oh, you gotta drink a freaking Ticketara. Okay. Freaking Ticketara joke. Again, I think Tignataro's funny. Oh, yeah. That would be a better fragrance for lesbians than Ode. No, I was gonna say, screw it. How about, there's also, it was the cheaper, it was the better, it was the expensive and much better product. It was a much better product than Eau de Generis. I'm not gonna explain the joke. Oh, DeGeneres. I'm not gonna explain. I can't. I gotta stop already. Oh my god. Play, Doug. Play.
Working.
Fragrance you're wearing.
It's called O de Notaro, and it's clearly not working. Looks like we have a song
Works better than Oh DeGeneres.
sequence coming up. So who's going to be the band this time? Green Day or a retro callback to some 70s group?
By the light of the silvery moon.
Well, that's more retro than I was expecting. Okay, little odd, but I guess I give credit going with something different and not just another generic rock band sound. There's the pandering I've grown to love.
Keep it shining into your silvery beam.
Alright, it's official. They smoked all the pot while writing the script. They were just as high as Shaggy when they wrote this. In fact, if Shaggy wrote the script, I wouldn't be surprised.
I gotta say, for a series about teens solving mysteries with a talking dog is a little weird. I don't know why, but I love Fred's little laugh at his own joke when Daphne asks if Shaggy could fall in love with Velma.
You don't think Shaggy can have a crush on Velma, do you?
Not unless she turned into a steaming bowl of chili cheese fries.
Like, yeah, I Fred the hell out of that joke. Go, Fred. They come across the lake monster and discover it's nothing more than Old Man We Haven't Met Yet.
I was just using the legend to make a quick buck.
It looks like this is the lighthouse attendant. However, he wasn't the one at the party terrorizing everybody.
If this thing's really back, you best leave now while you still can.
Come on, you don't really believe the monster's real, do you? It's probably just some prankster with a better costume.
Or the more obvious explanation, lizard people.
Or Ted McGinley. I have a feeling it's Ted
Tells the
McGinley.
legend of the lake monster and how the settlers of the town came across an old lady in a cave with a unique name.
Grubwort was her name. Wanda Grubwort.
That sounds like an STD Harry Potter would get.
When
When the settlers refused to leave, she created the lake monster, but they got revenge by going Joan of Arc on her ass. But hell with that, let's continue to see how catching someone from a van can lead to an obsession so creepy Pepe Le Pew would say slow down.
Hey, Shaq, what you doing?
Nothing.
A fair amount of these jokes do get some laughs, until you think about how disturbing they are. And then they get even more laughs. Daphne sees Fred showing off his 5-iron to some ladies, which does not sit well with her.
Hey, Daph.
Well, this should result in an interesting...
You are not gonna believe what I found in this security
Or-
Okay, we'll get to that later. Hey, remember when we had a dog?
footage. Looks like we have two
Yeah.
pranksters on our hands.
If you zoom in right here, we can see who's inside that cloak.
You can.
Look, it's coming into focus.
It is? Well, even if that didn't happen, what would you have seen? Aha, it was unrendered Tron effect. Actually, it was Velma who accidentally poured her drink all over the equipment.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'll tender my resignation from the group if you wish.
That's a bit of a leap. If that's how mistakes are punished around here, Shaggy and Scooby's heads would be on pikes right now. Which I'm not convinced hasn't happened to Scoob, but it's been over 13 minutes and he has not appeared in the story. Fear not, though, this Depp-Heard relationship should tide you over.
So glad that we're on the same page.
Well, she's not the president of the drama club for nothing.
Fred. No, really, is he anyone's favorite character?
No, he's everyone's least favorite. Say Scooby is my No, he's the least favorite. At least I'll say this. Thank God there's no Scrappy-Doo. Scrappy-Doo is probably my least favorite. Scrappy-Doo is just annoying. It's like the two worst characters of the show. Hold on a second. Alright, let's just get back with this. I'm gonna make myself some tea later. I gotta return to see what I was...
Drama club for nothing.
Fred. No, really, is he anyone's favorite character?
No. I'd say... I was saying, either Fred or Scrappy-Doo. The only problem is Fred is a part of the Mystery Machine, is part of the Mystery Incorporated. Plus, he's the one who's driving. So yeah, but aside from that, Fred is like... Yeah, Fred really does suck. Honestly, Fred is pretty cocky. And Velma is apparently the smart lesbian. Shaggy and Scooby are the stoners. Daphne, I think she's just, she's the pretty one who always gets caught. That is legitimately everything. And Scrappy was just the worst character to ever be created, which I know that I'm pretty sure Scrappy was. As a kid, I used to like Scrappy, but as I've grown older, I've started to loathe Scrappy-Doo. Like, that was literally what killed the enjoyment in the first movie. It was like, even though the first movie was being problematic, it was good up until they put Scrappy-Doo in there, and it's like, you just had to introduce the worst character of the series. This is an ad. Went to make some tea. I'm back. If this works.
Look into my eyes, then look into those eyes. It's time to join the resistance, because Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for PlayStation 5 is here. The shadowy Shinra Corporation is draining the planet's life force for their own gain, but all is not lost. The mercenary Cloud Strike teams with Tifa, Barrett, and Eric to take Shinra down. Whether they succeed depends on you. We are excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. This definitive edition of the award-winning Final Fantasy VII Remake has expanded graphical, gameplay, and system enhancements and brings Final Fantasy's visuals to the next level. It's got more realistic backgrounds, it's got better lighting, it's all around beautiful to look at. Beautiful. Intergrade also gives you the ability to switch between graphics mode if you want 4K and performance mode if you prefer super smooth action with 60 frames per second. On top of that, Intergrade even comes with
I'm now seeing it now. Doug's eye heads have eye heads. They probably have eye heads.
Episode Intermission, a brand spanking new episode featuring Wu-Tai Ninja Yuffie as the main character. Play as Yuffie as she conspires with Avalanche HQ to steal the ultimate materia from the Shinra Electric Power Company. Play as new characters and enjoy expanded gameplay experience featuring multiple new combat editions. If you've already bought Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4, you can download a free PS5 enhancement for the PS5 console. Episode Intermission is available as a separate purchase after you upgrade. What are you waiting for? The eyes in my eyes to fall out? Well done! This is a loop! Instead, buy Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for PlayStation 5 today. Go to squex.link/remake-nc. That's SQEX.link/remake-nc. Go now. Don't forget to check me out playing Kingdom Hearts Fridays from 6 to 9 on Twitch. We got content 6 days a week. Hope to see you there. So Scooby and Shaggy go make some sandwiches. Oh yeah, this is a Jabberjaw movie! But he comes across the lake monster as well as some wardrobe cameos. Jabberjaw movie! But he comes across the
Also, the CG looks bad on this.
lake monster as well as some wardrobe cameos.
Yeah.
Scooby saves Shaggy from the repeated footage and, well, can't act like you didn't see this joke coming.
Hey, not bad.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
They can't find Velma, and they presume the monster kidnapped her because this is such a good mystery. But they find her later on the beach.
She's dead! Oh, I can't look!
She's alive.
Guys,
You can stop sucking my teats now. She's fine for the moment, but a ton of warts are seen on her hand, which can only mean one thing. Absolutely nothing. Blue's Clues had more gripping mysteries than this.
You think the monster's real and someone's using it to dig up something on the grounds?
yeah. Problem is, we don't have a single clue about who's using it.
Well, that's strange. If only we had some kind of clue. Diablo mia corpo! Well, with a blood-hungry monster on the loose that can strike at any moment, this seems as good a time as any to ask Velma on a date.
Shaggy, you know what? I will go on a date with you tonight.
Don't do it, Velma! He's got more diseases than a jar on Dr. Mario! And he doesn't do it doggy style.
Speaking of which, Scooby tries to help Shaggy get ready while dusting himself off as well.
I'm gonna have to fly solo on this one tonight.
Rolo?
I know that's a change of pace, seeing how you've been MIA for almost all my scenes, but I'm sure Sandy Duncan needs your help or something. Scoob is of course crushed that absolutely nothing has changed as Velma puts on her finest candy necklace and Shaggy lets out all the classic one-liners.
I like corn dogs.
Whatever's wrong with you is no little thing.
I want this night to be perfect.
Oh, that was weird. Back to this possessed monster mystery we can't solve.
Ever since we've been here, I just haven't felt like myself.
I mean, am I the only one who finds it strange none of these meals are served in skulls? Scooby sneaks in as the waiter and Shaggy tries to shoo him off.
But would you do it for a Scooby snack?
I can't be bought. Aside from practically anything that can be bought.
Shaggy tries giving Velma another moonstone he found and she's instantly drawn to it, saying she suddenly has to go. Coincidentally, the lake monster goes after Fred and Daphne shortly after. A part of me likes this callback to the Scooby-Doo intro where a monster hand tries to grab Daphne. But it's a little odd in this version how there's not another attempt. Like, gotcha, the depressions of life will get her. Fred and Daphne are locked in a room that starts filling with water. Seems as good a time as any to bring up dating issues.
Why don't we call one of those guys you were playing tennis with? Maybe he'd know what to do.
I knew it. You are jealous.
Yeah, maybe I am.
Hey, you know what's good for that? Not dying. Not dying is great for that. They manage to get out and, well, why not follow a decades-old sitcom cliche with another? I at least buy that Scooby and Shaggy are actual jilted lovers.
Excuse me, you are on my side of the room. Won't make me, I don't know,
Pee on you. How does he socially operate in this world?
No reason.
As much as I mock the bad detective work, I will admit I didn't catch on to this.
Remember that creepy old general store we stopped at? It was called Trauberg's. If you spell Trauberg backwards, you get Grubwort.
The mirror was even nice enough to grammatically correct it for us. They go to the owner of the general store and chase her down.
In here!
I heard her, ah ha 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 ha, this way. Of course, we get the hallway of doors chase. Can't a villain ever haunt a studio apartment? And they finally catch her.
It's you?
What? Like it can be!
Okay, I'll give the film credit. I really thought it was going to be Velma, but they cleverly manipulated you. No, of course it's Velma. That's 5 Scooby-Doo mystery movies that virtually have no mystery.
No one can stop me!
She disappears, and the store owner explains that she's possessed by the spirit of the witch.
My first love, and she's turned into an evil witch.
Join the club.
It cut just before Daphne shanked him. Everyone is amazed that they couldn't figure out it was Velma. Admittedly, it does take a special brand of barrel-aged stupid.
I can't believe we missed it.
I guess we were all just too wrapped up in our own little dramas to catch the really big one going on.
Drama, uncontrollable sex lust, they're practically the same thing. She did say horny earlier, didn't she?
Yeah.
They make it to the cave where she's hiding and discover she's been making even more Battletoads. I also have to admit Shaggy's plan for how to stop her is surprisingly pretty funny.
If you got a plan, Shaggy, go for it.
Okay. Velma Daisy Dinkley, you stop that this instant!
That was literally it. It's so brain dead, I legitimately laughed my ass off at it.
Yeah.
Frogs hunt them down, but Scooby does the old paint tunnel on the wall routine. You know, if I was a humanoid amphibian brought to life for a few minutes by a supernatural entity, I'd fall for that too.
Yeah.
Run! Jesus, Fred! You juiced with Lance Armstrong before coming here? What's going on?
Not the dark, but the light.
Shaggy figures out how to win Velma back by singing her favorite song, Light of the Silvery Moon. Don't you hate it when someone sneezes on the effects before they go live?
Wicked witch.
I would have gotten away with it! If it wasn't for you meddling kids and your rotten dog!
Ironic, seeing how there's no actual kids or dogs in this movie at all.
Shaggy, just kiss me already.
Shaggy saves Velma, they defeat the monsters together, and they share an epic kiss. All clear signs it's time to break up.
I don't know too much about chemistry.
I do. There just wasn't any.
I think that was the writer's note on the script. They just forgot to edit out the pointless romance with it.
Maybe we're just better off being friends.
You know what? Maybe we all are.
It's like what they said at the end of Princess Bride. To show his thanks, Daphne's uncle gives them a giant check, and yeah, they got a little giggle out of me. And we end on where the real romance of this movie lied.
Don't worry, Scoob. No matter what happens, I'll always be here for you.
And you were barely in the entire damn film.
Let's do butt stuff tonight.
Let's do butt stuff tonight.
We end on a music video in different styles because we never did settle on a tone. See Michael Berryman from Hills Have Eyes because why not? And the true mystery finally begins. Did Nichelle Nichols just walk by the set or what? Why was she in this? And that was Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster. Honestly, it's one of this guy's better films. Do I recommend it for adults? No. But it's not meant for adults. It's clearly meant for kids. And as kids' movies go, it's mostly fine. A couple jokes get a laugh, the groaners don't make you groan too hard. It looks like everybody's having fun, and even the effects for a 2010 Cartoon Network TV movie are surprisingly better than you would expect. There's a lot of clumsy stuff that doesn't make sense, but it knows what it is. A small TV movie based on a cartoon for little kids. And as those go, this is passable enough. Not high praise, but given the live-action films we've gotten in the past, even medium praise is quite the achievement. I'm a nostalgia critic guy, remember, so you don't have to.
Uncle Corny, this is the gang.
Yeah, I heard it too. Yeah, it's the charity shoutouts that Doug always does. Yeah, I've got nothing better to do. I'm actually gonna turn the camera around. Oh god. Yeah, sometimes Doug has a weird opinion. I can say I understand his opinion, but I'm gonna look up the IMDb scores on each film. Scooby-Doo movie. Alright. 5.1 IMDb, 31 Rotten Tomatoes, 35 Metacritic. And then Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Just when the video really needed to start lagging. Same grade, although lesser review, shorter on Rotten Tomatoes. Mystery Begins. 5.3. Apparently it's the most highest rated one. How? It's got better reviews, apparently. That's just strange. And 4.9, Curse of the Lake Monster. Daphne and Velma. 4.2. Oh, man. Sometimes I get where Doug would probably be. If I was in his position, I would have said the same thing. Do you remember one time, just for the fun of it, Nancy Drew. Let's see how much that movie made. Alright. 5.9 out of 10 IMDb, 49% Rotten Tomatoes. The 2007 movie. And then, I do know there was The Hidden Staircase, which I think was in theaters for only 1 week, and then a week later, it was on Blu-ray at the same time. That's just strange. Let me look up the IMDb. 5.8. Apparently it's got 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's the one starring Sophia Lillis, who was Beverly from It. She was Beverly in It, Beverly March. What else has she done after that? Yeah, Uncle Frank, Gretel and Hansel, Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really finish the whole movie, so I would say that was like, oh, so Velma is the twist villain. That's interesting. It's always fun to see Doug make those Daphne's a lesbian jokes. I don't know, it just makes me laugh out loud. I'm checking out my Instagram page. Well, what else could I look up now? Let me see. Hold on. No, the Velma is a lesbian thing. Alright, I'm looking at it. Because I know for a fact that in an earlier draft, let's see, is yeah, apparently that's the thing, is that I think it's been long speculated that she is gay. And it turns out when James Gunn wrote his original draft for the live action Scooby-Doo, she was actually a lesbian in that movie originally, and then they removed it. They totally removed that plot line because they were originally trying to aim for the PG-13. I'm going back to the Scooby-Doo movie just to show you what I'm talking about. In fact, I hope you guys can see me correctly. I look like I'm laying down from this direction. Yeah. I'm looking at it here. The original one. The film was shot on location in Queensland. The film was originally said to have a much darker tone, essentially poking fun at this original series, and much like the Brady Bunch movie was set for a PG-13 rating, Shaggy was said to officially be a stoner, and there were a lot of marijuana jokes. Several rumors about these aspects in the original cartoon and when actual cast picture was released. According to Sarah Michelle Gellar, after the cast had signed on, there was a change and the film became more family-friendly. Though some of the original adult jokes are still in the film, they are included in the deleted scenes in the home media release. Gellar also said that her character and Linda Cardellini's character shared an on-screen kiss that did not make the final film. It wasn't like just for fun. She said, explaining it took place in the body switching scene. Yeah, so that's what was weird. Yeah, and here's what's funny. In 2017, the 15th anniversary of the release of the film, James Gunn, the screenwriter, revealed in a Facebook post that there was an R-rated cut of Scooby-Doo, and that CGI was used to remove cleavage of the female cast members. That movie was pretty much risque as a kid, like, especially Isla Fisher's character, Mary Jane. Haha. Her character, she was in a lot of scantily clad clothes, although I wouldn't be complaining. Isla Fisher's a very beautiful woman, but, that being, I mean, I do think she's a really great actress, though. She's really fun, you know. Also, she is constantly confused for Amy Adams, which is funny. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. This was Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster by the Nostalgia Critic. I could say I'm glad I did not see this movie. And I'd have to disagree with Doug. I think Jingle All the Way is a decent film. But then again, I usually disagree with Doug on a lot of things. But I understand. Probably it's the time Doug was, so Doug was born in 1980, so he was probably 14 when it came out, so he didn't really that much. I'm gonna leave a link to the original video down below. A link to Channel Awesome. link to my Instagram page. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm out on. Godspeed, everyone. Take care.